special guest for team selection this week ahead of a very big game against the Kangaroos on Friday night. Mark Neeld, what changes have the boys made for this week?
Yeah, 3 changes. We've got David Zaharakis, unfortunately didn't come up, rolled his ankle against the Dockers, so he'll miss probably just the 1 week. Will Hams, who's been a sub a couple of times, he's been omitted, so he'll go back into the VFL and hopefully get a full game or two in it. And James Gwilt is also out of the side. Now into the side, Kyle Langford, Jace Ashby, and Dustin Fletcher, who comes back in.
So Fletcher will join that back line. North's forwards are really good at converting their inside 50s into goals. So what do our backs need to focus on this week?
Yeah, North have been pretty good. In particular, last week against Richmond, they played a really good game. And as you say, they do convert those scores on a regular basis. Their forward line's really good. They play with a couple of really good quality tools in Brown, in Petrie, and Waite. So they've got 3, and then they've got that mix of the small guys in Higgins, in Nahas, in Harvey, so they'll keep us pretty busy. So our boys need to be aware that at any given time they could be playing on one of those tools, and also the smalls that are really good getting front and centre. So they'll need to play as tight as they possibly can, and with those little guys, the pressure they'll be under, just clear the ball as quickly as they can as well.
What about through the midfield? What's sort of been the message this week? You were good in patches through the middle against the Dockers. What's the key messages this week?
Yeah, I think there's no doubt we can certainly learn from those good patches that you mentioned. The Dockers are a quality footy side. They're obviously sitting 2 games clear on top of the ladder, and their contest work in and around the stoppages is supreme. And we thought, at times we matched that, and certainly at times in the game we actually bettered them. So we'd be looking at to take that into the North Melbourne game. In particular, the last quarter, we managed to clear the ball well from those congested areas and get it into our forwards and give them the opportunity to score. So we'd be looking at building on that, and we've had a look at the strategies that we employed in those parts of the game. So we're keen to take that into North Melbourne and to really run with that. We had we got some good quality players in there, in Job and in Hep that can really continue on with the good form they showed in those patches and hopefully come up with a consistent performance.
So Kyle Langford comes into your forward mix, and also Jason Ashby. What are you hoping those 2 boys can bring?
I'll go down the boring line of what most coaches say and talk about come in and play your role. No, look for Kyle. He made his debut a couple of weeks ago against the Saints. One thing he did do was manage to get shots at goal and also get involved with some scoring assists, as we call them now. And we'd be looking for him to come in and do that. He's a really smart young footballer. So the more times he can actually get his hands on the ball, he's going to make good decisions, and he sets his teammates up into scoring positions. So that's what we want from Kyle. And Jace Ashby, he's probably unfortunate to lose his spot in the team, and the reason for that is that dreaded sub rule that no one likes. Jace unfortunately found himself wearing the vest a couple of weeks in a row, and then he basically had to go back and get some game time, which he's done. And Jace will go between the halfback role that he played so well in a NAB challenge, and also perhaps a little bit higher up the ground. He's a young player who in his 3rd season of footy, he's still learning about the game itself, but he's a hard at it player. We want him to get in there and mix it with some of the bigger bodies of the Kangaroos. So
a big game Friday night, 3-3. What's your message to members who are weighing up whether or not to come along to the game?
Oh, look, we need you there. Don't wait up. This is our only Friday night home game. We, as a massive Melbourne-based club, love playing on Friday night, and we would like to think that all our members would love going along to Friday night. So we need you to get out there and support the boys. We didn't get the chocolates last week, but I think everybody that watched the game will be pleased. In particular, the way we finished off. So the members' message is really clear. Come on, get along, support the boys, enjoy Friday night footy, and help us get over the top of the Kangaroos.
Thanks a lot, Neildy. Good luck.
Thanks very much.